Alright, we are here in Stormworks, and this is just going to be a really quick little tutorial on making doors using a pivot, and general stuff about a switch box. So let's go ahead and get into it. So a switch box is one of those pieces of logic that is really important, used quite a lot. I'd say I use it probably the most, that and a counter. So we're just going to go ahead and make a little platform, and we'll just go and actually grab a pivot. This is not going to be a a velocity pivot. This is just going to be a compact pivot. We'll go ahead and double tap that. We'll turn on our arrows, and you can see it has little arrows on there, a positive and a negative. So if I give it a positive number, it's going to spin down, and if I give it a negative, it's going to spin up. We'll go ahead and place that. We'll go ahead and make like a little door over it, and we'll just drag that down, and we'll go ahead and put a little frame around it, just like that. We'll actually go ahead and paint it as well, just so that we can see it. There we go. So there's our little door. So we can go ahead and add a button on there as well. You will be able to use a toggle or a push, up to you. Really easy to change that. So we'll just go ahead and put that there. I think I went with a push. Now we're going to go and grab a blank microcontroller. Not that one. And we'll turn off the symmetry right there. And we'll go ahead and place this just down here. We'll go into Edit, Confirm, and we're going to go ahead and make it a little bit wider. It's just going to be a 2x1. We can go ahead and call this switch box. I like to save this as its own thing, as its own switch box, because it's nice and compact as well. So we can go ahead and add two nodes. We are going to do a button, and then we're going to do output. This one is going to be a number output, because we're outputting a number to a pivot, and we're going to be choosing to do that with an input, which is our button. So those are all good. So we can go into our logic now. We can go ahead and bring those down, and we can go and literally grab a switch box just like that. Now you have a couple of options here with the button. So a switch box needs a toggle so that you stay on this, and then whenever it's turned off, it goes to here. So if we have a push button, we're going to have to go from a push, and you can see here we have a pulse, which is a toggle to push, and then we have a push to toggle. So we're just going to go ahead and do this. So we're going to flip that onto there and that to there. Now we can go ahead and put that there, and there's our output. Now we're going to go ahead and grab a couple of property numbers here, 1 and 2. We're going to label this one on, and we're going to label this one off. Now we'll connect that to there and that to there. Now I'm not going to put any numbers in here until I go back, but I like doing the property number so I can save this now, and then change this number whenever I want. So that is all the logic that we're going to need. So we're going to go into Update, Confirm, and there you go. So now you can see we have our numbers here. So whenever it is turned off, meaning nothing is going, my button's not doing anything, it's turned off, I want this to stay at 0 because that's where it will start. Whenever it's turned on, we saw the arrow is going this way, so it's going down, so we want to add 1. So whenever it's turned on, it will give a 1. We can go ahead and connect that to there, and our button to there. Just like that. Now, we can go ahead and spawn it in. I have infinite electricity off, so keep that, or on, so keep that in mind. And there we go. Now our door will open and close with a push. Now we can go ahead and bring this back, just like that. And if we want to use a toggle button, all we're going to do is we're going to go into here, and we are going to delete that and just straight up hook it into there. So I'll show you another little neat thing with the switch boxes. So we can go ahead and delete all of this frame around it. This is very useful because a lot of times you have a hitbox or something in the way of something. So right now I can go like this. I can build up a little frame like this. I know it's going to pivot in too, so I can plan for that and go like that. So now I can start my door open halfway or something like that. Now keep in mind it can only go half in each direction. It can't do a full circle. But now what I can do is I want it to swing in upon spawn. So I can do, I believe it's negative. Yeah, so this is going to be a -1 whenever it's turned off. And now, whenever we spawn it in, we can see the door just closed. And then whenever we press the button, it goes back. And there we go. So that's too much. Now, because it already starts at 0 whenever it's here, we need to go into here and make it so that whenever it's on, you go back to the 0 location, which is where it starts off there. Now we can come over here, press the button again, and we go to 0, and we go to -1. So you can just play around with that, but that's really useful, especially if you want to get some decoration, have a button in the way of something or anything like that. Even on like controls and stuff in boats, I normally put a lot of it on pivots and pivot it out just so that it can all kind of fit together upon spawn. We have the same thing on our planes. I'll actually show that real quick. Oh, it's right here, I think. So we've kind of jammed a lot of our controls and everything in this plane to make it look as realistic as we can, and we have to use pivots for that. As you can see here, those are on pivots so that they move in, and those are just using the basic switch boxes. Same with everything here. You can see it's all on a different sub-body, and then it all fits together whenever you spawn it in, and it goes to its set location. So that is the really useful part about switch boxes, and how you can kind of put them into your build. They're a very important piece of logic. But yeah, so I hope this helped, and thanks for watching.